Hello, friends. Welcome to Block Bytes. These last couple of days have been tumultuous as we saw another bloodbath in the crypto space. Probably the most well known crypto exchange after Binance, FTX had a bank run with its lenders and customers taking out their deposits from the exchange. But what exactly caused this to happen? And what can we learn from this, if anything at all? Let's find out. It all started with a report released by Coindesk on 2nd of November. The report brought out a startling fact that Sam Bankman-Fried's empire, SBF as he is popularly known, owns and operates two distinct companies, FTX, which is a crypto exchange, and Alameda Research, an investment/hedge fund company. According to this report, the two companies are not entirely distinct, but they are unusually close. The documents reveal that Alameda's balance sheet is full of FTT, which is a token issued by FTX that grant holders a discount on trading fee on its platform. Alameda had total assets of $14.6 billion, out of which 5.82 billion were in the form of FTT and FTT collateral. To understand this better, let's first see what a balance sheet is. A balance sheet for any company represents a very simple equation. All assets must be equal to all its liabilities. Here is a table to understand this equation for FTX and Alameda Research. Assets total 14.2 billion, out of which 5.82 billion were in FTT, 3.37 billion were in different cryptos, and the remaining 5.01 in other forms. The total liabilities of Alameda Research were $8 billion. In Alameda's case, a third of its assets were in the form of FTT and FTT collateral, which is not a hard real-world asset, but something printed out of thin air, as Corey Clipston, CEO of investment platform Swan Bitcoin, said. To add to the problem, the next big chunk of assets was in volatile crypto tokens, mostly Solana. Effectively, only 5.01 billion in assets were actually backing up the $8 billion in liability, which is a very skewed picture. When Changpeng Zhao, CEO of Binance, also known as CZ, learned about this, he sent out this tweet in which he explicitly stated his plan to sell the FTT he had received after they exited their original investment in FTX. In a later tweet, he explained the reason for this move as post-exit risk management, taking a cue from the massive sell-off during the Luna crash this year. And more importantly, he mentioned that he would not support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs, clearly taking a shot at Sam's past, in which he lobbied to stop Binance from operating from within the US. The moment the news of Binance selling FTT reached the community, panic selling ensued. FTT has now fallen by more than 90%, as institutions and people sold a bulk of their FTT. Not only that, but other cryptocurrencies also started to take the heat. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana were the most impacted, since most reserve assets are in the form of either BTC or ETH. Solana became a victim of this price fall because of its involvement with Alameda Research. In the 3.37 billion in crypto assets held by Alameda, a majority was in the form of SOL tokens. and it was rumored that Alameda started to sell Sol to minimize its loss. By 8th November, amidst massive depletion of liquidity and reserves from FTX, Sam approached Binance to help his exchange out of this crisis. According to this tweet from Sam, FTX and Binance have come to an agreement to provide liquidity pending due diligence, to which CZ responded with his own tweet. The key term here is pending DD or due diligence, which essentially means that Binance will commit to this transaction only after doing a thorough check of FTT's, or rather FTX's, actual books. This news brought some respite to the market as people started to feel better, knowing that Binance will come to the rescue in the end, but it did not last long. Next day, November 9th, Coindesk came out with a news suggesting that perhaps Binance will not go ahead with the deal. According to their source, after going through FTX's financial position, it appears that Binance would not go ahead with the deal. Although this was not confirmed at the time of the report, Binance officially tweeted later that they will not pursue their accusation of FTX, followed by this tweet by CZ. In an email to his team, CZ addressed the rumors that this entire event was orchestrated by him. He said that there was no quote-unquote master plan or anything of that sort. He adds that FTX going down is not good for the crypto space and should not be seen as a quote-unquote win for us. But he goes on to say that he welcomes the increased scrutiny by regulators and that crypto exchanges must significantly increase their transparency, Binance included. CZ had on the 8th tweeted about certain aspects of the crypto exchange business that he finds particularly wrong, which included the use of fractional reserves and using one's own token as collateral. Things that he found wrong with the way FTX and perhaps other centralized exchanges we saw getting liquidated this year operated. Proof of reserves. Unlike traditional banks, which are controlled and regulated by government authorities, crypto institutions like exchanges and custodians are not regulated. A proof of reserve is an independent audit conducted by a third party to ensure that custodian has in its ownership the assets it says it has. Currently, all asset data by centralized exchanges and lenders is kept private, where they cannot be verified by anyone else. With proof of reserve, an auditor can use cryptographic hash functions to check that the user funds are equal to the reserves maintained by the exchange. These are mathematical functions that can detect even a very minute difference between two numbers. Exchanges can have a real-time dashboard of their proof of reserve on-chain, just like KuCoin already has. The message was well received and acknowledged by other exchanges as well. But will this be enough to disincentivize greedy exchanges from engaging in banking activities? I am not sure. So what have we learned from this story? Crypto exchanges are not banks and should not work as a bank. They must not engage in fractional reserves, which is the way banks create more money by using most of their customers' deposits as loans to other customers. If you have crypto assets, then move them away from these exchanges and into your personal wallets now. Just like the fallout of centralized exchanges, Celsius and Voyager, after the Luna meltdown, this event again highlights the difference between centralized and decentralized finance. DeFi has been untouched, with prominent lenders and market makers like Aave, Uniswap, and Compound functioning without any problems whatsoever. If you have banking needs, then please use these instead. The real extent of the damage is not clear yet. We knew that Alameda Research invested in various crypto projects and probably had a pipeline of upcoming investments, which will dry out completely, leaving these projects without much needed capital. Also, the contagion effect of this fallout is still playing out, and more will unearth soon. Solana has been hammered, but fundamentally, nothing has changed for the blockchain. It is still very much en route to its goal of onboarding the first billion users onto crypto. Yes, they will see short-term difficulties in terms of price action and capital investments, but the hope is that they will weather this storm. The removal of another centralized exchange from the crypto space is a good thing in the end. A lot of people again got affected by the irresponsible actions of FTX and its founder, and perhaps there is a lesson in here too. Never fall for the halo effect of an individual and keep yourself safe always. I hope you like this video. Consider liking and sharing this, and I will see you later with another fresh bite. Thank you.